You reach down to stroke your rabbit, and they're already gone. A flick of the body, a hop just out of reach, sometimes a freeze flat against the floor like they're hoping you won't notice them. And there's a small quiet sting in it, isn't there? You love this animal, and for a second it feels like they'd rather you weren't there at all. But before you take it personally, I need you to understand what really just happened, because it is almost the opposite of what it looks like. When your rabbit runs from your hand, they are not telling you they don't love you. They are telling you something far more useful. They are telling you exactly how to touch them. Most owners never realize that running away isn't a no, it's a set of instructions, and once you can read them, the whole thing changes. So stay with me, because I'm going to show you why your hand frightens an animal that genuinely adores you, the everyday habit that keeps your rabbit flinching no matter how gentle you are, and the small shift that turns running away into coming closer. And there's one moment near the end of all this, the moment your rabbit stops running, that I think will change the way you see your own hand for good. Let's start with why that hand scares them in the first place. Here's the uncomfortable truth about your hand. To you, it's the thing that feeds them, strokes them, opens their door. To your rabbit's nervous system, a hand coming down from above is built out of 3 separate alarms going off at once. First, it's large, and it's looming over them. Rabbits are prey animals, and almost everything that has ever hunted them, a fox, a cat, a hawk, a stoat, was bigger than they are and arrived from above their eye line. Size and height, all on their own, read as threat. Second, it's moving toward them, and it's moving down. And of all the predators a rabbit fears, the ones that drop from straight overhead, the birds, are the ones there is almost no defending against. A shape descending from the sky is written into them as one of the most dangerous things in the world. And third, and this is the part most owners never hear, your hand disappears. Let me explain that one, because it matters more than the rest. A rabbit's eyes sit high on the sides of their head, giving them an enormous field of vision. They can watch you, the door, and the window all at the same time. But that near total vision comes with one gap evolution never closed, a blind spot directly in front of, and just above their nose, the exact place your hand travels through when you reach down to pet the top of their head. So in the final moment before you make contact, the gentle hand they were calmly watching simply vanishes from their world, and reappears as pressure they never saw coming. Put those 3 things together, big, descending, and disappearing, and the flinch makes complete sense. That dodge under the couch isn't your rabbit deciding they dislike you. It's a body reacting to a shape it was built, over millions of years, to escape, long before their heart gets the chance to remind them that it's only you. Now here's where it gets interesting, because running isn't only fear, it's communication. Many rabbit behaviorists believe that when a rabbit moves away from a hand and then stops a short distance off watching it, they're not actually trying to escape you. They're trying to put you back where they can see you. They're asking the hand to come from the front slowly, where it stays in view the whole way, instead of from above, where it disappears. Read like that, running away is less a rejection, and more a correction. It's your rabbit saying, not like that, like this. And underneath that there's something deeper, and it's the single most important thing to understand about a prey animal. Their entire sense of safety is built on choice. In the wild, a cornered rabbit is a dead rabbit, so control over their own movement is the most precious thing they own. Every time you reach for them, you quietly take that control, because you've decided when the contact happens. But when they hop back, and then a few seconds later drift toward you on their own, that isn't them being difficult. That's them taking the decision back. And here is the strange truth at the center of all of this. The more you let your rabbit choose, the less they need to run. The running was never really about you. It was about not being given the choice. If that's already shifting how you see your rabbit hopping away from you, take a second and tap the like button. It's genuinely the thing that helps this reach the people who need it, the owners who are quietly convinced their rabbit just doesn't like them, when the truth is the exact opposite. Alright, now let's talk about the habit that keeps the running going. Most of what keeps a rabbit flinching isn't cruelty. It's the small loving things we do without thinking, and by far the most damaging one is also the simplest. When your rabbit runs and you follow, when you reach again, lean in again, gently herd them into a corner just to finally get your hands on them, you are, without ever meaning to, doing the one thing a predator does. You're pursuing. And to a prey animal, being chased and cornered is the entire nightmare, beginning to end. The lesson it quietly teaches is brutal in how simple it is. The big creature in this house chases. A single chase across the room can undo a week of patience. Picking them up lands in almost the same place. In a rabbit's whole world, the only time their feet leave the ground is the moment a predator has lifted them off it. So when you scoop your rabbit up for a quick cuddle, what often floods their body isn't affection, it's alarm. And that stillness some rabbits go into when they're held, the stillness we love to read as calm, it usually isn't. It's a prey animal going quiet because it has decided that struggling is pointless. I'm not telling you to never hold your rabbit. Sometimes you have to, for grooming, for a carrier, for a vet visit. I'm telling you that if you want the running to stop, the rule is this: the moment your rabbit chooses to move away, you let them. Every single time you let them leave, you teach them the one thing that eventually makes them stay, that you are the one big thing in their world that never ever traps them. So how do you actually become someone a rabbit comes to? You take every signal that says predator and you turn it inside out. Start by getting low, sit on the floor or lie down and let yourself be small in their space. A creature down at their level simply doesn't read like the things that hunt them, and that one change will do more than any treat ever could. Then, and this is the part most people get wrong, when you finally offer your hand, don't bring it down onto the top of their head. Bring it in low and slow, from the side, into the part of the world they can actually see, and let it come to rest on the floor near them without touching them at all. And then leave it there, let your hand just exist. Boring, still, going nowhere. A hand that arrives and then does absolutely nothing stops being a threat and starts being part of the furniture. And a rabbit's curiosity does the rest. Give it a minute and most rabbits will come over to investigate a hand that clearly isn't chasing them. And when they do, when they push their nose into your fingers or bump them with their forehead, that is the only invitation that counts. And now you can stroke them slowly along the side of the face or the top of the head in a place they can see your hand the whole time. You haven't taken anything from them, you've let them hand it to you. Do this the same calm, unhurried way every single day, so they always know your hand is coming before it ever arrives, and you'll start to catch the moment everything turns. Instead of flinching as your hand nears, your rabbit holds still, and then one ordinary day they hop toward it. And when that happens, I really want to hear about it. So do me a favor and tell me down in the comments where your rabbit is right now. Do they still bolt the second your hand moves, or have they started letting you get close? And tell me their name while you're there. That's honestly my favorite part of doing this, and I read every single comment. Now here's the moment I promised you at the very start, the one I think will change how you see your own hand. Picture what your rabbit is actually doing the day the running finally stops. This is an animal whose entire body was built around a single command. When the big shape comes down toward you, run. A heart that can beat more than 300 times a minute. Ears that never quite stop turning. Millions of years of ancestors who survived for exactly one reason, that they didn't wait around to find out whether the descending shape was friendly. And then, on some quiet, ordinary afternoon, with you sitting on the floor and your hand resting nearby, your rabbit looks at that hand, the looming, descending, vanishing shape that every instinct in their body has warned them about their whole life, and they choose to walk toward it. They press their head into your palm and ask you to keep going. They don't lose the instinct. The instinct is still there and it's still right. They simply decide, on purpose, that this one shape is the exception. And that's the whole thing, really. You are never going to win by overpowering an instinct older than your entire species. You win by outweighting it, by being so consistently safe, so slow, so unwilling to chase that the same hand that once meant run slowly comes to mean stay. The day your rabbit lets your hand land and rest without flinching, they aren't just tolerating your touch. They're telling you that out of everything in a world built to frighten them, you are the one thing they have decided not to be afraid of. So the next time your rabbit runs from your hand, don't let it sting. They're not pushing you away. They're handing you the instructions and showing you exactly how to earn the moment they stop running. Get low, be still, let them choose, and wait for the day that hand stops meaning danger and starts meaning home. If this changed the way you see that little moment, stay with us, because every week we decode one more thing your rabbit has been quietly trying to tell you. And if you want to understand what your rabbit is really saying in those quiet moments they sit with their back turned toward you, that one is waiting for you next.